What's going on, boys and girls? What's up, world? Austin John Plays here, and today, this is going to be your ultra guide to getting every legendary Pokemon in Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. You know what really grinds my gears? When someone who's on YouTube decides to make a video showing you a guide how you can do something, but they themselves don't do it. They'll tell you how things are done, but they don't show you. Me? I got trouble learning things. I really do. I can't sit there and have someone lecture me on how something is done. I gotta do it myself, or I need to be shown exactly how it's done. That's how I learn. So in Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, there's a total of 37 different legendary Pokemon that you can get in the Ultra Wormhole. You can also get a whole bunch more in actual Alola. And, oh god, there's a lot of them. So I guess this is going to be part one in a two-part series. This one, I'm going to be going over all the Pokemon that you can get from the Ultra Wormholes. And then part two, I'm going to go into more detail on where you can get all the legendary Pokemon in the game. If you haven't beaten the game yet, or if you don't own the game yet, this is going to be spoiler-free. You know there's an Ultra Wormhole, you're going to go through the Ultra Wormhole. I'm not going to be telling you the precedents and everything before then on what requires for the Ultra Wormhole. I'm done talking, let's get into the video. As you see right here on my bottom screen, I have lots of legendary Pokemon. I spent a lot of time doing this. The Ultra Wormhole is going to be a fantastic place that you can go and get legendary Pokemon of your own. By default for the Ultra Wormhole, it's gonna rely on the gyroscopic feature. You need to move your 3DS around like this, and I feel like that's just one of the worst things ever. So before you try any of that, in fact, the first time you go into an Ultra Wormhole, when you come back, I want you to go to Here City, and you're gonna follow me right now. We're gonna head on over here. Inside of here, let's go up the stairs. And on the right side, we're gonna see a familiar logo. It's the Game Freak office. You know, the people who make Pokemon. And we're gonna talk to this guy over here. He's basically gonna give you the option for the Ultra Warp Ride if you wanna use the motion controls or the circle pad. You want the circle pad. Using motion controls, the furthest I've gotten in an Ultra Wormhole is about 2,000 light years away. With circle pad, I've actually gotten about 5,500 light years away. Just because you get so much more of a precise thing. And then even the tutorial, it says if the controls lock up, press A to reset, like it knows that it's not good. When flying through Ultra Space, you're gonna see some crazy wormholes, some really, really crazy wormholes. You're gonna see some basic wormholes like this one over here. Then you're gonna see some that have one ring around it, like this one right here. Then you're going to see ones with two rings around it, like this one right here. Then you're going to be seeing what I like to call the super crazy one. Like this guy right here. That's the order in which wormholes get good. At the most basic point, there's the basic wormhole, then it moves on to a single ring, double ring, and then super crazy wormhole. Every single wormhole here, with the exception for the white wormholes, which bring you to Ultra Beast or the Ultra Megalopolis, has the chance to give you a legendary Pokemon. As you progress through the wormhole, the longer you go down, the more likely you're going to find one of the super crazy wormholes. Those are the ones you're going to be going after. These ones guarantee you a legendary Pokemon. Most of the time. Also, the color of the wormhole has a lot to do with it. You have the blue, the green, the yellow, the red, and then the white. The white, as I mentioned, that's only Ultra Beast and Ultra Megalopolis. I want to go over the most effective procedure to actually go about and get all these Pokemon. Go in front of the Ultra Wormhole at the altar of your corresponding game, and right here, you're gonna save. You're gonna save because we're gonna be doing a lot of soft resetting. You're gonna mash A and return to the Ultra Wormhole. As you go through the Ultra Wormhole, you're going to be on your Pokemon of choice, Solgaleo or Lunala. It doesn't matter which one you do, even though Lunala is wider and Solgaleo is taller, they have the same hitbox, so don't worry about it. As soon as you show up, you definitely want to get as many of the yellow orbs as you can. Then you're going to start to see the blue electrical orbs. For the most part, you want to avoid them. Now, if you remain directly in the middle, there's a very low chance that you're going to get into a wormhole. However, you're not going to get a lot of boosts. So So because of that, you're better off staying in the middle or off to the very side. Now do keep in mind that any of these legendary Pokemon can show up in any level of hole. If you do hit one of the blue electrical orbs, it's going to knock you back the effective of gaining 2 speed up orbs. As you go through, of course, you want to make your way as far as you can, because the more light years you go forward, the better chance of finding a super crazy wormhole and finding a legendary Pokemon. As you're going to be going through, there's going to be less and less speed up orbs and more electrical orbs. And again, avoid the electrical orbs for now, until you see in your sights a super crazy wormhole. Once you see a super crazy wormhole, do everything in your power to make your way toward it. That includes hit some electrical orbs if you need to, because the slower you are, the less control you have, but the more you're going to be sucked into a wormhole directly in front of you. Unless, of course, you have a direct path. Once you go through the Ultra Wormhole, it's going to say you arrived, and then the screen's going to flash white, and there's going to be a presence of overwhelming power. As you approach, you're going to get a silhouette of the Pokemon. Oh look, it's Mew, as it's clearly said by the name up there, so it has to be Mew. Save your game. Duh. You always want to save before encountering a legendary, just in case you knock it out. Pokemon's going to show up. Mew! Spoilers, it's not Mew, it's Mewtwo. And then you're going to throw out your Pokemon. I always recommend having an extremely over-leveled false swiper. Cobalion has been my favorite false swiper throughout every single one of these games, because he has Thunder Wave, Swords Dance, and False Swipe. Mine is currently at level 96, as I just keep bringing him through one game to another to another. Also, do keep in mind that you do need to beat the Elite Four in order to have all the Pokemon obey you. Or the final trial, it's one of those, but you should be doing this post-game anyways. Mewtwo has Recover and Rayquaza has Rest. Those are the only 2 Pokemon that are going to be able to recover health. Oh, and Giratina is a Ghost type, so you can't False Swipe him. So those are going to be the 3 you're going to have the most resistance on. Also, some of the Pokemon have moves that increase their power, like the Swords of Justice are going to have Swords Dance, and Groudon is going to have Bulk Up, so they can KO your team pretty easily. I always recommend getting 6 stages up in attack if you want to do a Swords Dance, or if you have a Snorlax with Belly Drum and hold back, then that's also a great strategy. Also, leftovers is always great. So if the Pokemon is paralyzed, it has an 8% chance for you to catch it. If it's asleep, it's a 12% chance, but then again, you have the keep up of making sure that it's always asleep when you throw your ball at its face. Also, do keep in mind that the more Pokemon that you have in the total Alola Dex, the more likely you're going to get a critical capture. That's the one that has that really high-pitched whistle sound to it, and then it only takes 1 shake. If you have a full Alolan Pokedex, you have about a 1.2% chance of a critical capture, and that critical capture has a 60% chance to catch it. Don't bank on that, it's just going to happen once in a while, and it's going to make your life a little bit easier. The Ultra Ball, I found, is going to be your best between price and effectiveness. Just because we're in Ultra Space, I don't know how the Dusk Ball affects it. The only thing that's going to be more effective is after 20 turns of battle, when you have a Timer Ball, you're going to experience a 20% catch rate, which is significantly better. Also, it's always worth mentioning, turn 1, always throw a Quick Ball. I actually managed to catch my Giratina with 1 turn, Quick Ball, and that's the best feeling ever. It's also worth mentioning that if you did not go through a wormhole that had a legendary encounter, your screen is not going to flash white. However, it's not a total loss. There is a 7% chance that the Pokemon that you're going to encounter is a shiny. While doing all of these legendary Pokemon, I got about 7 or 8 shinies, which is more than any game that I got in the past without trying. However, if you don't care about shinies, when you enter a wormhole and you don't get the white flash, immediately soft reset, which for the record, if you hold L, R, start, and select, it brings you back to the home screen and you can load from your last save. So that is going to be a super timely method in order to get all of the legendary beasts, which once you're near the end and have almost all of them, super useful thing to do. And unfortunately, these legendary Pokemon do not register in your Pokedex because there's no national dex. Damn it. Okay, now let's get into the actual Pokemon. I wanted to deliver this video in a way that makes the most sense. So I'm going to be talking about if you own Pokemon Ultra Sun what you can get, what you need to do going forward. And I'm going to talk about, in Pokemon Ultra Moon, what you can get and what you need to do moving forward. One game at a time, because that's what makes the most sense here. What Pokemon can you get in each of the wormholes? In Pokemon Ultra Sun, when you start going through, you're going to experience some blue wormholes. The blue wormholes are going to give you access to the 3 Lake Guardians, the yellow one, the pink one, and the blue one. I don't know their names, they're all just bootleg Mews, it's fine. And then you're also going to find access to Latios over here. In the green wormholes, you're going to get the chance to find Mewtwo, Swords of Justice. Then you're also going to find Reshiram, Xerneas, Raikou, and Dialga. The red wormholes, which bring you to sort of a flying area over here, are going to give you access to the legendary birds. You're also going to find Cresselia, Ho-Oh, and Tornadus. Then lastly, the yellow wormholes bring you to the Ultra Cave. As I'm going to call it, it's probably not called the Ultra Cave, it's fine. You're going to find the Titan trio, Regirock, Regice, and Registeel. You're also going to find Groudon and Heatran. Now you're going to notice that they're broken up a little bit. That's because the left side, these 3 are going to be in both games, and you're going to find Latios only in Ultra Sun. You're going to find Dialga, Raikou, Xerneas, and Reshiram only in Ultra Sun. You're going to find Ho-Oh and Tornadus only in Ultra Sun, and you're going to find Heatran and Groudon only in Ultra Sun. Here's Ultra Moon. Like I said, I did this a long time. In Ultra Moon, you're going to find in the blue wormholes Uxie, Mayspirit, Azelf, the bootleg Mews, as well as Latias, Lugia, and Kyogre. In the green wormholes, you're going to find yourself Mewtwo, the Swords of Justice. You're also going to find Zekrom and Entei. And then in the red wormholes, where you find all the flying types, you're going to get the birds, Moltres, Zapdos, Articuno, as well as Cresselia. You're also going to find Thundurus and Yveltal. And finally, in the deep cave, you're going to find Regirock, Regice, Registeel, and you're also going to find Palkia and Regigigas. This part, I'm going to tell you, and you're not going to like the sound of it. You have to have multiple legendaries from both games in order to get your final legendaries. Now, what I mean by that is, you're going to need in your party Raikou and Entei while going through the blue wormhole in order to get Suicune. You're also going to need both Reshiram and Zekrom while going through the blue wormhole to get Kyurem, which obviously those make sense. The green wormhole has no Pokemon that you need both versions of. That's the one that has the little plateau area up here. The red wormhole, which is the one for the flying ones, you're going to need to have Groudon and Kyogre in your party in order to get Rayquaza to show up. You're also going to need Tornadus and Thundurus in your party for Landorus to show up. And then finally, in the yellow wormhole, underground, you need Dialga and Palkia in your party for Giratina to show up. And yes, mine was a shiny. Actually, this one was an accident because obviously, I just have a false swiper on the team. I didn't have anything to really do damage, so I kept knocking it out. And after the second soft reset, I got a shiny. All of these Pokemon, you could obtain shiny. You just need to save right in front of it and then re-encounter it. Do keep in mind, shiny chances are 1 in 4,000, or with a shiny charm, it's 1 in 1,300. So, best of luck. One last really important note here is there's going to be one point that after you catch a bunch of legendaries, if you go through a super crazy wormhole, you're not going to encounter a legendary. That means that there are more legendaries that are here, but you do not have the requirements for them, meaning that you don't have the 2 Pokemon that you need to bring with you in order to go to that one area. Only once you catch all the Pokemon of a specific wormhole color are you going to get this exact message at the bottom. Henceforth, you should avoid this wormhole altogether. So that right there, ladies and gentlemen, has been how to get every single wormhole legendary Pokemon in Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. I hope this video is super helpful for you guys on how to get all 37 of these guys. Do keep in mind there are version exclusives and there are Pokemon that require 1 Pokemon from each of the previous 2 games. How you go about getting that second one, whether you just buy the other game or if you find someone on the GTS that you can trade with. The second legendary Pokemon in your team does not need to be from this generation. It can be imported from an older generation, so you have more options for that. However, not every legendary Pokemon is available in this game. And pretty much no mythical Pokemon are available in this game, which sounds like a good time to talk about the Austin John Plays Mythical Pokemon giveaway! That's right, last year we did it and we gave out over 70 mythical Pokemon throughout 3 drawings that we did. Thank you for all the support to the channel since then. We're gonna be doing it again. You can win your choice of whatever legendary or mythical Pokemon that you want, legitimately obtain, and no hacked Pokemon here. To be eligible, be sure to drop a like on this video, comment down below on this video on who you want to win, subscribe to the channel, and to stay up to date, be sure to click that bell, turn on notifications. Be sure to follow me on Twitter as we're going to be listing the winners on December 28th. Thank you all for the overwhelming support to the channel that we've gotten in the last year, and this is my way of showing thanks. Till next time, Austin John out. Be sure to like this video and subscribe. I'm going to be giving you guys lots of helpful videos in the next following days and weeks. Till next time, Austin John out.